Hello guys, so in the previous lectures we have discussed that there are three different types of vaccines, right? But actually not three different types. I mean, mainly we discuss only three different types of vaccines, but still there are other types of vaccines as well. But those three important things which we had discussed in the previous lecture are, I told you about live attenuated vaccines. I have given you examples of live attenuated vaccines, isn't it? Live attenuated vaccines. I have given you some examples. But what is this live attenuated vaccine? See, you see the name here, live. It means the organism is not dead. It is live, it is alive, right? Such type of vaccines when you take, okay, these vaccines are seen in a vial, okay. You break the vial, you will see the liquid there. Now, within that liquid, you have the organism. You have the organism that causes the disease, okay. You have that organism. But the pathogenicity of that organism is lost. For example, there are two groups of people. One group, both of them are alive obviously, but one is very good and one is very toxic. So your job is to remove the toxicity from that person, okay, and make him good. So the same thing is happening here. You are taking a organism, a pathogen, either it might be a virus or a bacteria, right? So what you are doing is you are removing the pathogenicity, you are removing that thing which is causing disease, you are removing the toxic nature of that organism, okay. So you are removing that pathogenic causing nature, the disease causing nature of that organism, you are removing that pathogenicity and you are making that organism a good organism and then injecting it into your body. So what are live attenuated vaccines? In live attenuated vaccines, the microorganism pathogenicity is lost. Microorganisms pathogenicity is lost, but still it can induce a humoral and a cellular response. I'll tell you what it is. A humoral and a cellular response. Humoral as well as cellular response. Now, when it comes to humoral, what is humoral and what is cellular response? So, what is telling is that the microorganism, I am removing the pathogenicity of that microorganism and I am injecting into your body. When I inject into your body, by looking at this microorganism within your body, the humoral and the cellular response will start. What do you mean by humoral? For example, any bacteria enters into your body. Two things can happen. Humoral system will be activated or cellular system will be activated. Cellular system means T cells. T cells will be activated. Humoral system means your antibodies will be activated. When such pathogen is entering into your body, it cannot cause a disease because you have removed the pathogenicity. It cannot cause a disease. But still, looking at that, thinking that this is a foreign organism, your body's humoral and the humoral immunity as well as cellular immunity will start. Your body's T cells and antibodies will start attacking. Okay? So that is the concept of live attenuated vaccines. Now, when it comes to killed or inactivated vaccine, killed or inactivated vaccine. What is your concept of this? What is your concept of killed or inactivated vaccine? You are killing the microorganism, okay. You are killing the you are completely inactivating it. Either you are heating it to large temperatures or cooling it to large temperatures or whatever it is, you are inactivating it, you are killing that microorganism and then injecting in your body. Now, when a dead microorganism is injected in your body, will that work? Yes. When a dead microorganism or an inactivated microorganism or a killed microorganism, when it is injected into your body, what can happen is that still that can induce a response. You know what response can it induce? It can induce a humoral response. Antibodies, a cellular response, may or may not be induced, but humoral response will definitely be induced. It means looking at the dead organism, your antibodies will start attacking. You might get it out. Why so? Why only humoral response? Why only antibodies will react? Because look here, let us say this is an organism, okay, and let us also say that this is some genetic material, some virulence factors inside, right? Virulence factors, some toxins and all, whatever it is. Now this organism is dead now. It is not living, it is dead. But on the surface of the organism, you have got some structures like this. What are these structures? These structures are called as epitopes. Even if you are killing the microorganism, that's fine, but epitopes are always active. So what will happen is that the moment it enters into your body, for example, it is already in the body right now, the moment it enters into your body, within your body, your antibodies, whatever are there, these antibodies, they start exactly attaching to these epitopes in this way. In this way. So only one thing can attach to this, that is your antibodies. That is why only humoral response is activated. Okay. So in killed or inactivated vaccines, the organism is dead, the organism is inactivated, but epitopes are active. Epitopes are active. And this can induce what? A humoral response. A humoral response. In the same way, we have also discussed regarding the subunit vaccine. So what is subunit vaccine is that within this subunit vaccine, there is subunit vaccine basically contains only that antigen which will activate your immune system. Okay, so whatever it might be, whatever antigen it might be, I don't know, but subunit vaccine is such a vaccine which contains only that type of antigen which will activate only the immune system. It will not activate anything. So that is your subunit vaccine. Now let us discuss some of the important things. Basically, I told you about the vaccinations, right? 3 different types of vaccinations, and I have already given you an example. So MCQ can come from that point. That is very, very important. But now we shall be discussing which age group requires what vaccine. For example, we shall be dealing out with 3 age groups. So one age group, I want to mention it as children, right? And the other age group are adolescents, and finally the adults. So what vaccines do children require, what vaccines do adolescents they require, and what vaccines do adults require, we shall be discussing now. Children in the sense age of 0 to 6 years, adolescents in the sense age of 7 to 18 years, and let us say after 18 years you got your adulthood age, right? Adulthood age. Now what vaccines should we give for this age group children? What vaccines should we give for the adolescents, and what vaccines and how many doses, right? Which time, what dose has to be given? The first dose, when should we give? When should we give the second dose? When should we give the third dose, the fourth dose, fifth dose? So we shall be discussing all of that, right? So this is just an introductory part. So let us start from the vaccinations which are given in the children age group, that is 0 to 6. Okay, so we shall be discussing this in the subsequent video. So far these are the important things which you need to know regarding the definitions as well as the classification of vaccines according to the age group. So thank you so much for watching my video. Goodbye.